Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Running back. Like I said earlier, I figured I'd do a little a Redstone update or upload on some cool little things for Redstone operation in Minecraft. Now, this is specific to Minecraft 1.12.2. Some of it may work for previous versions, and some stuff works for later versions, but not all. And you really got to get the syntax right. Otherwise, it's just going to raise hell with everything you do. So, if you notice, I mean, this looks kind of familiar from Project Venusti, or from the Kingdom of Venusti. This is the mock-up from the from the Chateau de Mer. This was step one of the build, and these command blocks, I'm just going to go ahead and delete them because it doesn't work. This was just me trying to get that working and this working, and it epically failed. So then I dropped in a new bridge because I was worried I had command block stuff or code somewhere, so I went ahead and put in a new bridge. And if you recognize this, here is our 8 command block bank. So you've got the command block with the verifying that the lever is actually active, and it will send a redstone block to that designated coordinate. Now, in order to get that designated coordinate, you press F3, and you can even do something so easy like this and put a block there. Press F3. And be pointed at that block, and it'll tell you what your what that block is. Write that down. I usually use Notepad. Just pull Notepad up, write down the coordinate, because you're going to need that one for all 4 of these. It has to reference it, and then all 4 of these it has to reference it to verify that there's either power or no power to this. So here, let me see if. Do I have a lever? I do have a lever. Okay. So if I get rid of that, yeah, it does. It goes away. Oh, well. So I'll put the lever back. Now, the lamp is not required. All I do with that is, to verify that, yes, in fact, that's powering. Because at first I wasn't sure the Conquest would work with Redstone, because I thought there might be some issues. There are some issues, but it's the fact that we have so many blocks. So, what this block does is it verifies that it's powered, and if it is powered, right here's true, it sets this block to redstone block. Now, what this one does is it checks to see if it's powered, and if it's not, it sets that block to air. Come over and scroll on over. Right? Now, we talked about this on the video, but that's what it does. And for each one of these, it's checking a different block. So I have 4 redstone lamps, which means I need 4 command blocks to check not only that there's power here, but to check that there is not power here. So this is power. This is not power. So this is air. This is redstone block. This is air, right? So when it's powered off, it's air. And to show you that it actually works, there you go. So that's where the redstone block goes. Now this bridge variant is slightly different. I was playing around one of the early versions of this. I had it just run a redstone range. I dropped 1 redstone in here, and then I had redstone and repeaters going in here, and it really defeated the purpose of what I was trying to do. So you'll notice on the actual build, these blocks aren't in here. It's just the archways, and the centerpiece is not in there because I removed it. Well, this I built within here after I copy and pasted this in, and then I built these little truss pieces in. But I didn't build the truss pieces in the actual Venusti because we got the drop in, drop out to work. So very, very nice. But yeah, that's how it works. So then you come up here and you flip the switch and the lights go out because the redstone block becomes air again. So here is the this is for a portcullis or for a gate. Realistically, you can put whatever block in here that you want. See right now I can't put anything in there because right now it's being told that it's supposed to be air. Now you can go through there, but you cannot put a block in there. Not right now. Well, you won't ever be able to put a block in there because if you go do it, then it'll just get rid of it. So the code here is very similar, except it uses a range. So it's looking in this range, these XYZ coordinates, and then these XYZ coordinates, and it's applying dark oak fence. Right, this is actually the portcullis one. But it doesn't matter what you put there. You could say dark oak fence. You could say, slab, or oak slab, or oak block, or whatever it might be. It doesn't matter what you put there. That is the block that you choose to put there, right? Because in this one, it checks to make sure there's no power, and it puts air there. And of course, chain unconditional always active, whereas this is repeat unconditional always active. Okay. And we flip the switch and the portcullis goes in. Right now, if you do this, so say you had this on a survival map, if you're thinking what I'm thinking, you could conceivably build an impenetrable fortress, right? So, and they can see you, you can see them, but they can't get you. So, and then when we go turn off, it's gone. So another style, and you wouldn't want to use this with a portcullis, but this would be more of a just a gate. So here's another style. If you don't want to do the wireless redstone, this is another way of doing it. So command block, which has the same thing that normally has, or the same fill command. You fill it with air, impulse, unconditional redstone. This one is fill with that range, log 2, impulse, unconditional, needs redstone. Command block with a torch tied to the side, another command block, and then we got a lever on top so we can actuate it. We flip the switch and the gate comes in, right? Flip the switch again, the gate goes away. And it's important to make sure you put the same block in between the seam of where you're going, because it gives that look like it's sliding in and out. You could also actually, why is it? Oh yeah. Okay. So what you could also do is you could also have it leave some block, so it only opens and closes those 3. And since the code's a little bit different, since you're filling and you're not saying set, because the other code is set, so this is set to be air. Here it's just fill it with air, right? And you can fill it with whatever else you want, and it'll take. So that's that version. Now you do need to have a lever in order to actuate it. So you could bury this somewhere, into your build. And this, to be honest, this was how the gate and the portcullis were going to be. But I ran into this problem, this redstone torch. If I do that, it looks gross. I'd have to put like a a trapdoor on top of it, in order to hide it. Because otherwise it just look wrong. Now, here's the other version of that. So this has the same code. You fill with your air when you're on your same coordinates. You fill with your log on the same coordinates. You've got the redstone torch on the side. You've got a comparator going into that block. And notice all of these are pointing towards me. And these are set the same way. Impulse unconditional needs redstone. And then you have another one right here, where it's on repeat unconditional, always active. And this is your code. So test for at P, so the closest player, at coordinate X, Y, Z, and you have to put it this way, no spaces, make sure you have commas. And then R, meaning range of 3. So this block is actually part of this block. That's the bottom left-hand block, in this case, of the array. And you can have it be that, or you could have it be like, say, the center block right there. But what it's going to do, when any player, or you could have it designated for certain players, comes within 3 blocks of that block, it automatically opens. And then automatically shuts behind them. So you could conceivably have a secret entrance to your base that only you can walk through, and it'll close behind you, and nobody else can go through it, provided that you don't set that to at P. So, you set it to at, in my case, at Bad Ronin. And then it'll only open for me. It won't open for anyone else. So, but those are some of some cool little redstone tips and tricks and things. I'm going to put a link in the description to some commands that could help you out. I'm also going to put a link in the description to the block IDs, which you do need if you go do this. Now, you could conceivably use the block ID number. Most of the time that works, but if you're using Conquest Reforged, it's better to use the block ID name for 1.12.2. Now, for the new Conquest, the 1.15.2, when it comes out officially, we'll see. I might play with that later on today or tomorrow and see how different it is. But hopefully this should help you out. And this should get you rolling on doing some fun little things with redstone within Conquest, or just within 1.12.2 in general. So, like, comment, subscribe. This is Ronin. Y'all have yourself a nice day.